Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to beautiful Chiang Mai. I am up in the old city area and I'm taking you to Settle In Abroad, which is a one-stop business for your visa needs, your moving abroad needs, and Amanda, who I'm interviewing, will explain it a little bit later on. So stick around if you want to have another resource for moving over here. If you have any questions, I'll put the link at the end in the description. So I look forward to talking to Amanda at Settle In Abroad. Here we go. All right, as promised, I'm here with Amanda from Settle In Abroad. And before we get into the questions, I want to know, how does one wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to go to Thailand and I'm going to open up a business that helps people? What was behind this?
Yeah. So I moved to Thailand in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I had traveled abroad. I had studied abroad in Paris, and I loved the experience and realized like the corporate world wasn't the place for me. I'm originally from New York, and I was living my dream, being young in New York City, and fully enjoyed everything. But often people wait their whole lives to go to New York City and think it's the place. And I do think it's a wonderful place. What I love about it most was the diversity of the people. None of my friends were ever Americans. I just feel like I've always been trying to leave.
You were born for this, right?
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, and traveling around with my backpack at age 20 just solidified that material goods aren't that important. It's all about the experiences and the people, and hopping back into the corporate world after that couldn't be more opposite.
No, you're right.
So I looked up, literally just Googling how to leave America and earn an income because I was young and I still needed to make money, and I found out about teaching English. Okay. So it's quite popular to teach English in Thailand, and I just decided to. Wow. Yeah.
That's brave.
Yeah.
But how now, as far as the business side of it, did you see a need that need to be filled here in Thailand? Is that what happened?
Absolutely. You know, I think the best businesses come from when you experience the problem yourself, you learn from it, and how to help others. So that's exactly what I did. Okay. First, I actually just started moving teachers because at that time, that's what I was an expert at. I got my own teaching job for me and my husband, and then, so I first started moving teachers, and then I realized that the legal system, the visa system, is really complicated. Yeah. I set up my business with one lawyer and benefits and some disadvantages, and I learned about many things, and that helped me get connected with the right people. You know, when you have needs, you somehow find the right people. So then I found the right people to help me with my own business, and then I realized how the service that I set up for myself is needed for other people.
Okay, very good. Now, if someone was to look around Chiang Mai, there's probably hundreds of businesses that say visa. Yeah. You know, we help you with your visa. But being on your website, and I've watched a lot of your videos, this is more than just a visa service. It's in the title. So what kind of services do you offer through Settle In Abroad?
Yeah. First, we definitely offer peace of mind.
Yeah.
You know, the intangible, there's no price tag to that, because we're certainly more than the paperwork. Right. But we assist with the whole relocation process. So someone sitting in America or any country outside of Thailand wants to move here, we help with that. So we can set up their accommodation before they arrive. We have different accommodation packages that we can set it up completely remotely, send you video walkthroughs and everything, help you sign the lease, negotiate the rent. So when we pick you up from the airport, we drive you straight to your home. And a lot of people choose that when they have pets. So even like we get what you need for your cat and dog and pick you up and you're all set in your house. Or we can help you once you get here. So we set up housing tours, drive you around. Some people prefer to see in person too. Yeah.
No, that is so great. And what really stood out, what you just said, is the accommodations. One of my viewers came over here sight unseen, and he got a condo, and it just so happened that the pictures are about 20 years old. Oh. Yeah, and then there was a karaoke shop right next to it. So to have someone on the ground over here for your accommodations, I think is great. So I'm going to cheat a little bit because I don't want to miss any questions. So you know, when a person's moving here, what are some of the challenges that they may run into when you're talking about relocating?
I think the challenges are just making your priorities correct. And this is, of course, something that we help with. But the number one should always be your visa.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing about your relocation. And the great thing about Thailand is there are so many visa options. I think Thailand might have the most foreigner visa options like in the whole world.
Most I've seen.
Yeah, definitely in Southeast Asia. But yeah, that many options for foreigners, it's really flexible. And especially if you have a family, the visa is number one. And it's not underrated that Thailand, like, you often need savings proof, and people don't think it's only for themselves. But no, if you're going to move your family here, you do have to have some money in the bank for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know when people think of moving to Thailand, I think retirement stands out more so than anything else. But recently with the DTV, I think digital nomads are now taking advantage of that.
Yep.
So can you talk about just, and not so much the process itself, but we have the non-immigration old visa, correct? And DTV. Any other visas that stand out to you that are options?
The Thai education visa is still a good option. That's to learn the Thai language. It's usually about 2 times a week for 2 hours. Often people are getting that who might not qualify for the DTV. Like the DTV, you need at least 500,000 baht in savings. So if you don't have that right now, the education visa is a good way to start. But you normally only get the education visa for 2 years. Okay. 1 to 2 years. So it's a good starting path to come to Thailand, but it's not like a long-term plan.
I see.
But then, there's the LTR visa, the long-term residence visa. It has just very strict qualifications. It's a 10-year visa. It's a great option if you qualify, but you either have to make passive income or work for quite a large company. It's an awesome visa, but the qualifications are strict.
And that's what I'm saying. I think, and you mentioned it earlier, that I think there's something for everyone. No matter what. Yeah, because I've had people that were not quite 50 yet. This one lady was 49, so she plans on coming and doing the 1-year education.
Exactly, that's
transition.
That's what I often suggest to retirees. Start with the education visa, and then because the retirement visa, you need to put 800,000 baht in a Thai bank account, but you can't open a bank account on a tourist visa. Yeah, so often people get education visas first. You can open bank accounts on education visas, and that helps with other visas in the future when you have a bank account.
Okay. Now, are there any legal requirements that people need to be aware of as far as coming over here? I think what I'm trying to say, so I'll go back to just paperwork. I knew my wife and I were moving over. I know I need to have my marriage certificate. I had bank statements from back there. I think that was pretty much it. And I had proof of my income from a pension that was coming in. But I guess it's just one of those things where they have to have a consultation, and depending on what their situation is, you will let them know what they need to have over. Okay.
But I think often people think they need so much paperwork from the U.S. before coming here. You really just need your passport. Okay. That's my first question I always ask people is, how many years do you have left on your passport? Because that's the easiest thing to come to Thailand with a fresh passport. That being said, it's very easy to renew passports for Americans within Thailand. So there's no worries on that. It's even quicker than the U.S.
And I will tell you, and it's interesting you bring that up, I just did my visa. Folks, and I think I mentioned in another video, if you make sure you have lots of pages left in your passport, because you coming in and out, if you're going to be traveling back to your country, you're going to get stamped a lot between countries. And so mine ran out. I went online, I did the paperwork. It was easy, it's a yes or no, and it just kind of moves you in the direction you need to go. But I think probably in 10 minutes or so, I was finished all the paperwork. I think my passport was back in a week. It was quick. It goes to Bangkok and came back, and boom, I got a new passport. But that's something to take in consideration. I want to make sure I don't miss any questions. So this is what interesting. I know Thailand as a whole, and I watched some video of Chiang Mai during COVID. So things slowed down obviously for you, but how has things changed since since COVID moving forward? You see all these things about expats leaving Thailand. I see a lot about expats coming in
Yep.
to Thailand as well, and that part is not so much as clickbait, so that's not going to get a lot of, of views. But have you seen growth, especially since COVID?
We actually were okay during COVID too, because we helped people move even with that quarantine and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Very happy to not be dealing with that anymore.
Yeah.
You did all the paperwork for someone, then they tested positive, then it's delay, cancel, restart. So yeah, it's nice that that's done. But after COVID, I would say like more families are coming. Like I think more people are coming with like a long-term plan for the future. That maybe they, sat on YouTube all through COVID, making their plans, selling things, etc. And, real estate, people are selling their homes in different places and then coming to Thailand. I'm thinking people are staying here longer than before. Yeah. And I also see that a lot of people are coming to Thailand first and then calling me. That's the difference. They're like, I just got back from Thailand. I want to move there next month. It's like, got it. Yeah, before I felt like I had to pitch Thailand a little bit. Like, why do you want to live here? And now it's like, I'm coming. Help me now. So,
No, that's great. That is great. And I met a young lady. She came to pickleball. I think she was 17 years old. And her family was from Michigan. And they live out in Dorset, and I think she's been in school the last 2 years here. So it is, families are growing as well.
And pickleball's growing here too.
Is.
I play also.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get you out to BYC with us sometime. So immigration laws can change, and they have changed. So how do you keep, say, your customers, your clients, how do you keep them up to date with the different laws that have changed and such?
I think it's just important to know that in Thailand, laws change all over the world, but you can control it in some way by the visa that you select. Like, for example, if you're setting up a business in Thailand, which I only suggest for people if they truly want to do business, there's no reason to set up a business just for a visa. When you set up a business, there's many pieces, things can change all the time, but as long as you have a team and you're adaptable, you just follow what's going on. I would just say it's like knowing the different levels of things. Like, Thailand really wants people on business visas. That's what they've always wanted. Now that they have the DTV, that's great. Like, they want people on the DTV. So, for example, like, right now, doing many tourist visa runs, people are getting questioned, which is totally fair. It is difficult. You don't know, like, how many visa runs you can do. But again, you need to think logically. I'm a tourist. They're giving me a 60-day and 90-day visa. Most tourists aren't staying for 180 days plus a year.
Right.
So that's when, things changing with them getting stricter on visa runs, you can still prepare some things on your own when you think logically about yourself being a foreigner in another country.
And not try to, manipulate the system. Just go, they have their set of rules, just go by the rules, and you have people like yourself that can help them guide them through it. Yeah,
and anything with changes, it always just means something's going to take a little longer. Like, our company's been around for 7.5 years now, and we've never had a situation that we couldn't solve. And normally it's just, okay, we need to get more paperwork, this will take a little longer, but that's a good thing about having a team, because you never do things last minute. Time is money, so when you have time, you can get it done, and if you have a team following the laws and is up to date, then you'll be fine.
Exactly. I tell you what, 7 years experience, you've probably seen a little bit of everything.
Absolutely.
People sometimes when they think of Thailand, they have the rose-colored glasses on, and Thailand is absolutely gorgeous. No place is perfect. But what are some misconceptions you think people have about moving to Thailand, even moving to another country, not just Thailand, as far as the process maybe?
I just think having savings is really important. No matter what country you're moving to in the world, things come up, emergencies happen, insurance and savings, and you'll be okay. Because often people are surprised by the cost of legal fees in Thailand. But lawyers have to, renew their licenses. Legal is a high career in Thailand. So people often think, oh, it's cheap, I'm not going to pay for paperwork, but you need to stay here. So, of course, legal fees are different price all over the world. But again, even if you move to somewhere that might seem cheaper than your home country, things still cost money.
That's right. No, you're absolutely right. And I have a story to tell about my experience with you.
Yep.
And I'll do that before I answer this last question. So you have people on the different Facebook groups, expat groups, and they talk about how you can do this stuff yourself. You can do this stuff yourself. And you know what? There's some people out there, they do it themselves. But here's my story. And I've told folks before on here that I believe measure twice and cut once. And that's why I believe in using an agency. So my wife and I were transitioning to DTV. And, you know, there are people saying you can do it yourself, and I understand. But we decided to go through Amanda and settle in abroad. And during that time, we flew to Cambodia. They were so backed up, and we had no idea that this was happening. And we go through the process, as Amanda said, that I think it was 14 days. I think my wife's was done in 2 weeks, you know. And then it was my turn to have my process because the primary holder has to be done first, and then being sponsored, then it was my turn. And it took a little longer, you know, than usual. It was good to be able to jump on an email or jump on a phone call and talk to them because, you know, I was scared that it wasn't going to be approved, but they were able to go in there. They were able to look and see where I was in the queue, that, hey, it's still being processed. But not only that, during the process itself of getting it done, when my wife brought the letter, because she went DTV soft power, and she had a letter from her doctor that she's getting services done, but Amanda goes, well, you may want to have the dates that she's going to, you know, up your chances of being approval. So we went back and got a secondary letter. Now, mine went through, I made it back, I'm happy, but let me just let you in on this here. Facebook has a DTV Facebook page, and I watched people that were in Cambodia the same time as I was under soft power, get shot down for whatever reason. You don't get an explanation for it, but this is just me. I can't verify this, but I think when you have an agency processing your paperwork, they know it's going to be correct. They know you're going to have everything you need to know. So I was happy. It was worth the fee that I paid to have this done. And folks, you know, I will not tell you what to do, but if I was coming to another country that I had never been to before, and I've watched hundreds of hours of videos, but it was good to have a resource that I could go to that kind of held my hand in another
peace
country.
Of mind.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that.
Yeah.
But you know, like you said with savings, I saved, I put away because I knew that there are certain services that I don't see right now that I'm going to have to pay for, and I wanted to be prepared for it. So I just want to tell my story there. But so looking ahead, what do you think plans for settling abroad looks like?
Well, we do everything, so so it's actually adding no new services.
Okay, but do you like you think you would expand? You think you would grow? You're careful how much you take.
We have a large team. We have a team of like 15 people.
Oh, wow.
So, but I would see our services that are continually growing are accounting and real estate services.
Okay.
So we help people buy property in Thailand and. Buying a condo, you know, foreigners can 100% buy a condo. Like you could buy a condo 100% in your name, but we see it needed the additional person for the buyer. Because in Thailand, there's no agent on the seller and like the agent is mostly on the seller side. So we act as the legal team for the buyer, but doing the due diligence, everything throughout the process, because real estate, no matter where it is in the world, is complicated. Yeah. You want a legal team, you want someone on your side. So we see that as something that's really necessary, and we've been helping a lot of people with that. Okay. And same thing with accounting. You know, taxes are really confusing everywhere in the world, and our team is definitely experts in accounting. So like people on the DTV that might want to pay tax in Thailand, we can help with that. Okay. Or if you just want to pay tax in Thailand to no longer pay tax in your home country, depending on your country, these are things that we can help with. So basically, because I'm not an accountant, I'm not personally a lawyer, I'm like the middleman, and I have my whole Thai team of Thai lawyers and Thai accountants. So we have our whole local team, but I act as just like explaining it in more normal terms. So like an hour accounting call can seem incredibly productive, that it ends up being more than just taxes. You learn about like really what the whole process is in normal communication terms.
No, that is great. Yeah. That is great. And I tell you folks, I'm not going to keep her because she was she was nice enough to take this time and to spend with me. But my last video that I did was about fear and how fear can stop you from pursuing your dreams. But when you know you have resources that can help you walk you through things, it makes things a lot easier. I personally would hate to see anyone miss out on their dreams because they were afraid, didn't have knowledge of what to do. These resources are here for you. So I just want to thank you again
Oh,
for
thank
taking
you so
the time.
much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, and I'll put a link to the business there at the bottom, folks. And you know, it's a great resource to have. And this is from a user, not just someone who just been on the website. I've actually used the service, and it helped me keep my mental stability. So thank you.
Peace of mind. That's what we are.
Those 3 words
Yes.
right there. Yeah, but thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, if you want to reach out to Amanda or a member of her team, I'll put the link in the description below. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.
Thank you.